There's going to be tremendous atmosphere here tonight. We could have the third gold medal for Germany of these championships. The hopes of the crowds are on Ariane Friedrich, who we just saw, up against Blanka Vlasic, one of the great head-to-head clashes of these championships. Those two look a little way ahead of the rest of the field. Ruth Beitia may not agree with that. She holds the Spanish record at 2 meters 02. But Vlasic and Friedrich have certainly been closely matched on their form this year. There's the lineup of the women who've qualified to make this final. Amy Acuff in, I think it's her 7th final, the American, in her final year of competition. Slesarenko, the former Olympic champion. Di Martino, who has the world record for height differential. That's the height jumped above an athlete's own head. Emma Grain, former medalist. And here is Blanka Vlasic, the Croatian, so regularly over 2 meters in the high jump. Trying to concentrate with all the noise around her. They're starting at 1 meter 87. It should be and isn't any problem for the very tall Croatian. Blanka Vlasic, 1 meter 93 tall. 2 meters 07. She's tried the world record on nearly 40 occasions in the last couple of years. Hasn't got there yet, but many of us feel that one day that long-standing mark, Stefka Kostadinova, that she did in the second World Championships in Rome in 1987, might just go. Now, coming into the competition, she passed 187. Here is the favourite of the crowd, the European indoor champion this year, Ariane Friedrich. Oh, she wants them to be quiet. Remember, she had black hair when she really first appeared as a world-class athlete, now blonde. She asked them for quiet. They aren't quiet now. She started on her way. Her coach, I think we saw him, Günther Eisinger. Now then, Blanka Vlasic. Friedrich has gone over first time at 192. Here's Vlasic. And she becomes the 9th woman to go clear first time. Just Acuff, Kroger and Slesarenko have failures on their first attempt. And I see that Friedrich is elected to pass the next height of 196, going at 1 meter 96. We saw Friedrich go clear on the first attempt of that at 192, but she's passing this height. Vlasic, however, electing to go at each height. We've seen so much her on the Golden League circuit at 2 meters nearly every time, and there's plenty more there to come. Early days yet. It's going to take a very good jump to win here. I think we're going to get up to 206 plus to determine the gold medal. Emma Grain now, second attempt at 196 in the high jump. Oh, she touched it, I thought, quite hard, but it's there. And she's the 7th woman to clear it. Vlasic did so with no trouble. Little smile. The 4 indicated she's 4th equal, and that doesn't mean very much at the moment. She's had just one failure in the competition. Belfort of France, new name for her, used to be Melanie Skotnik, formerly a German. She took up French nationality, German champion back in 2003, but French from 4 years ago. And taking the name of her coach who she married, Jimmy Melfort. But she has to say farewell to the crowd. Third failure at 196. We've got 7 women over that height, and Friedrich is passing. We lost Maike Kroger of Germany at the previous height, so she had a best today of 187. Melfor out at 192. Acuff only managed 187 as well. So 3 women out, and Yelena Slesarenko, the former Olympic champion, just has 1 jump left at this height. Third attempt for Slesarenko at 196 to stay in the high jump. No, so the Olympic champion is not in form this year. Olympic champion from 2004. And I think we're down to the top 8 now, as the bar will go up to 1.99 meters. And now Friedrich, the second jump of the competition, and again clearly over. Flexes her muscles, a very aggressive competitor, and it'll be a very popular win again if she can beat Vlasic and the rest. She's been quite cool. She's passed a couple of the heights. No problem yet. Building in intensity, this women's final. We've got the men's 200 metres as well. This evening is going to end in a super way. Well, I say end, actually it'll go on for a little longer with the decathlon, of course, as well. Just so close there for Di Martino.
Silver medalist 2 years ago, the Italian. And she's beaten Vlasic this season as well.
Emma Grain. She too had 1 failure at 196. Grain of Sweden, world bronze medalist back in 2005. Nowhere near. This would be a season, well, this would be a personal best actually for Grain. 197, her best in that year of 2005 when she got the bronze medal. Coached by Yannick Trigaro, the same man who's coaches Christian Olsen, who sadly has returned to competition but felt that he wasn't fit enough to come here and have a go at trying to win another title in the triple jump. Blanka Vlasic, no failures so far. She's jumped at each height, so this is her 4th jump of the competition. 199.
Flashlights going, sorry Peter, flashlights going all around this stadium. The atmosphere here in this high jump competition is building. You never know when countback is important, so Vlasic, even though this is a height she's more than capable of, will want to make sure that this is most definitely a first-time clearance. Friedrich has already cleared this height at the first attempt. Took a long time thinking about it. Oh my goodness me, a little wobble, but it stays on.
Yeah, she's pretty pleased about that. That would have been unfortunate if she had nicked that off. You wonder why she's called Blanca. It's after the city of Casablanca. Why? Because her father won the Mediterranean Games decathlon there in 1983. He's one of her coaches, Yosho.
He's quite a character as well, actually.
Skolina, second attempt at 199. And just 1 attempt left for her. Well, back on those old 200-metre runners, yes, you're quite right. Bolt and Spearman showing the joke there, happy to be relaxed and have a laugh and so on. I think there are quite a lot of other sprinters, though, who still go for the old methods of total concentration, total focus, trying to shut out the rest of the world. That's each to their own, really. Each prepares in their own different ways, and that's great, isn't it? See one man totally focused, trying to concentrate, Usain Bolt having a laugh, etc.
Absolutely.
Anyway, back we go to Antonietta Di Martino of Italy. Her second attempt at 199 in the high jump. Visualising what she's got to do. We've seen three, perhaps the top three. There was Chicharova, one of them, go over 199 on their first attempts. And we've got 5 other women attempting it. First of all, Di Martino. Great spring by Di Martino. You have to remember that she is the smallest of these athletes, and she has a height differential world record. She's 1.69 meters tall. That is so much less than Blanka Vlasic at 1.93. Amazing, that's 24 centimetres less in height. Has to be a disadvantage.
Well, absolutely, but as Stefan Holm showed so many times in male high jumping, being short does not mean you can't go for the tides. Now, Shante Howard, silver medalist from Helsinki. Really aggressive into the bar, but not quite there.
He's coached by Nat Page, who himself was a top high jumper a generation ago.
One last attempt for Howard.
Emma Grain, second attempt, 199. Grain, who succeeded Kajsa Bergqvist as Sweden's top woman high jumper. As for a personal best, good try, certainly much better than her first attempt. Now, Ruth Baitier, also one of the favourites in the high jump, but a little bit of a crisis for her in that she's had 2 failures at 199. This really is a height that I would expect her to clear, so let's see if she can on the third attempt. The Spanish record holder at 202. Oh yes, and clean too. Doesn't touch that bar. Good jump, responding when it was necessary. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women over 199. Bravo. Right now, back to the high jump. This is building to a crescendo as well here. The bar is at 2.02 meters. Here is Anna Chicharova of Russia. And she stamps her presence on the field. She goes clear at her first attempt. Already seen Baitier fail her first attempt. Now Chicharova, 202. It's the best height she's cleared this year. She is certainly very much in medal contention. And up against, of course, those favourites, Vlasic and Friedrich. Terrific challenge from Chicharova now. So, Friedrich. Oh no! So, she will not only have to clear this height, but she'll have to go higher, but not a very good jump. Disappointment from the coach. Well, it's only her third jump of the night. Surely more to come. Similarly, Blanka Vlasic, her first attempt at 202. Oh, she too fails. Very close. Believe it or not, Vlasic has cleared over 2 meters in 77 different competitions before today. Astonishing consistency, but it isn't only consistency, it's about producing the biggest jump when it matters. Friedrich, of course, wanting to follow in the traditions of the likes of Rosie Ackermann, who became the first ever 2-meter woman high jumper in this very stadium, and also Heike Henkel. And now Di Martino of Italy. Her second attempt rather. Oh, no, 2 failures for her. Well, the German crowd would really love to see Friedrich win a medal, but it's not going according to script at the moment. So, second attempt then for Friedrich. Oh dear, 2 very poor attempts so far. Only 1 left. Her dream could be in jeopardy here.
It's not looking good, is it? That was a terrible attempt.
So, Vlasic now, her second chance. She knows that Chicharova is ahead, but she knows that she's cleared this height on so many occasions. Ice cool, we hope, of the defending champion. She did 2:05 in Osaka. Friedrich certainly does not want to watch. No wonder. Vlasic over. Chicharova over first time. Vlasic over second time. We've got Beitir, Friedrich and Di Martino still to go with their third and final attempts. Looking back at Osaka 2007, Vlasic won at 2:05 and Di Martino and Chicharova took the silver medals at 2:03. So all those three medalists very much in contention. Vlasic, good margin there, Steve.
Big clearance, big jump, yeah. You get the feeling with Vlasic that if she gets clear now, she can go again and go higher, whereas some of the other athletes, maybe they can't.
Crucial chance then for Ruth Beitir. Her third attempt to equal her Spanish record, this, 2:02. Good try, but no, out she goes, and she's going to finish fifth, having cleared 1:99 on her third attempt. 4 women left in, 2 clear, 2 with 1 attempt left. Good try by Beitir, I thought here. She's a very consistent, top-quality competitor, but not really that close in the end, I suppose. So now the moment is coming. Friedrich will be coming out for her third attempt as Beitir walks away. Friedrich in the high jump. Almost desperation you can feel from the crowd here, willing her over this bar. They can try and help, but it's all up to her. Asking for quiet. She doesn't want the clapping. She wants the stadium. They're watching. Very quiet. Oh, very quiet to very noisy.
That was superb. You could barely hear a pin drop in this arena. My goodness me, she needed that. What a moment of drama. And the competition and the duel is still on.
She's got to jump higher to get the gold. Oh, relief. Oh, and a hug. Wow. Yeah, the coach feels the emotion almost more than the athlete, but she's got pretty much a lot of emotion. Very aggressive athlete. Always jumps wearing sunglasses, so she can't really see well without them. Vlasic, however, got over on her second attempt. Chicharova on her first, and we've got one jumper still to go with her third attempt. Here he is, Di Martino of Italy. No, she's out, so she takes fourth at 1:99. Beitir also fifth at 1:99. We're down to the top three with Chicharova, Vlasic, Friedrich in that order currently. You hope so. Quite a contrast in their heights. Chicharova is 180, Friedrich only 179, but Vlasic so much taller at 193. She looks happier now.
Well, I think if Friedrich hadn't have jumped that, Peter, Vlasic would have been very happy, obviously, as the main contender going out. But I think now it swung the balance of power, as it were.
Yeah, but Friedrich does have to jump higher. But what we saw there, both Friedrich and Vlasic were very well clear and looked to have more in them. Whether Chicharova can go higher, that's more arguable. But of course, she's in the lead at the moment. Little smile from Friedrich. No, she's got to go higher. Again, it's very quiet. 2:04. Oh, not yet. Vlasic, high jump, crucial jump, 2:04. Both her rivals have failed this opening height. This to establish an advantage. If she clears this, they would have to outjump her. She doesn't want quiet, she wants the crowd behind her. Here she goes, 2 meters 04 for the lanky Croatian. No, well, that means they've all three failed their first attempts. Right now, high jump, 204. Failures so far. Chicharova of Russia, silver medalist last time in Osaka at 203, first to go. She leads, having cleared 202 on her first attempt. The Russian looks at the bar at 204. In she comes towards it. No one's got... well, Vlasic was the closest, I suppose, of the three. It's now just after 9 o'clock at night. Gunter Eisinger, the coach of Friedrich, looks on. He's been a very worried man earlier in this competition. Friedrich came good, though, with a mighty jump at 202 to stay in contention. She's only in third place at the moment. 204. Once again, the crowd knowing that she wants it quiet. All adds to the dramatic tension. He's not going to say anything. Oh, she stuttered in her run-up. She gives that little smile just before she starts, delighted she's got the whole attention of the crowd, because she's normally so fierce. But that wasn't too good. I would get the crowd behind her. I would do the Vlasic, let's get going, let's get into it type sort of approach. Because she smiled when it went absolutely quiet, and her hair actually took it off. Well, she got her run-up wrong, really.
Yeah,
that's why she didn't get into it. It's all wrong. So we've got Vlasic up next, and she certainly will want the crowd behind her, as you've said. She will tell them when, and she will start getting them clapping when she wants it. Friedrich similarly wants to feel she's got control over the crowd. Okay, fine, but is it the right stimulation?
Yeah. Well, each to his own, I suppose.
Absolutely, if it works for her. Vlasic, the ultimate picture of concentration. Just trying to compose herself.
I think she could do it, I really do. I think she's got the capability and she's got the pedigree. Here we go, see the totally different approach to the crowd.
The defending champion being tested here.
This is her usual run. She then said, okay, you've got them going. Now, in my tempo, please. She does this all her major competitions. Make sure that they're behind her, knowing they're behind her. Here she goes. Second attempt at 204. Steve Robert was right. 204 in her second attempt.
That was absolutely superb. Different build-up to Friedrich,
who has indicated she's going to pass and try 206 next.
And now the Croatian is starting to enjoy herself. She has seized the initiative and she's getting closer to defending this world title.
Watch this jump. Big jump, big jump. Look at that, 2 or 3 centimetres to spare. She really is a class act, Vlasic.
Real mental strength and composure. And now, well, it's the Usain Bolt factor, isn't it?
I prefer this one, actually.
I wonder why.
Right, so the situation in the high jump is that Vlasic has cleared 204 in her second attempt. Chicharova has got 1 attempt left. Friedrich has decided to pass her final attempt. She'll have 1 go. There she is under there. She'll have 1 go at 206.
Which, incidentally, is a height that she had. We'll come back to this. That's a height that she had when she beat Vlasic in Berlin in this stadium a couple of months ago.
Chicharova, third and final attempt for personal best, 204. No, too much for her. She's sure of at least silver. It's to be silver or bronze, depending on what Friedrich does with her final attempt. Again, Chicharova has excelled. She's done 202. It took the lead. Vlasic has now taken it. she really didn't have enough confidence to have a really good go at 2:04. But nonetheless, a medal, and she's performed excellently here today.
For the third year in succession, she'll pick up a major medal. Silver in Osaka, bronze last year at the Olympics. And what must be going through this young woman's mind? She had to watch Friedrich clear 2:06 when she beat her in the Golden League here in Berlin a couple of months ago. Now she has to watch and see whether the German woman can do it again.
And Friedrich will go first. And then Vlasic will have 3 goes at whatever happens.
Well, she might not have to, Peter, to be absolutely honest.
And she might indeed, whether she chooses to go on any higher or not. But she has the possibility of that, is the point, isn't it? Friedrich preparing solemnly on her own.
Contrast in styles, Peter, as you've pointed out, is remarkable. Vlasic wants the crowd, wants the involvement. Friedrich wants to dominate the crowd and start her run-up with complete and utter concentration, and for that she requires complete silence.
Well, if she wants it, she'll get it. Don't doubt that.
Well, as a coach, it must be almost unbearable. You've done all you can. You've got to leave it down to the athlete and hope that they've got the mental strength to cope with what must be an enormous amount of pressure.
Well, whatever we may say, certainly she's produced a great clutch performance with her third attempt at 2:02. So similarly now, it's a third attempt after 2 failures. She's chosen to go to a higher height, 2:06. This, as Rob reminded you earlier, is the height that she cleared earlier this year to win here in this stadium in the Golden League meeting. It's a height she also cleared last year. It's a height that puts her equal 4th on the all-time list. Vlasic won't look. Ariane Friedrich then. She wants silence. She'll get silence. Her chance, her only chance of gold. The bar is at 2:06. My goodness me.
It doesn't come any closer than that. She was well clear of the bar, just clipped it with her heels.
A sporting gesture by Friedrich. She finally takes a bow from the crowd that she's asked to be silent. And Blanka Vlasic once again has defended her title, and the hurt from Beijing, where she ended up with the silver, has gone. What an unbelievable duel, Peter.
Yeah, and full marks to Friedrich. Twice there she showed a great clutch performance. Firstly on clearing 2:02 on her third attempt, and that superb effort at what would have equalled her best at 2:06. As Steve pointed out to you, her whole body was over until just her heels clicked off that bar.
I'd like to see that jump again. That was a great jump. Unfortunately for her, though, she just clipped it, as you say, with her heels. Disappointment. The high jump always ends in disappointment, because you've got to go as high as you can and then you reach your maximum and fail at that.
Good to see the two of them hugging there. Obviously rivals, but with an enormous amount of respect for one another. They knew the focus was going to be on both of them here. She couldn't quite recreate what she did in the Golden League, but she's treated the crowd, both of them have treated this crowd to yet another moment of drama on a night that has exceeded expectation on all levels thus far.
So Friedrich clearly the second best high jumper here, but she'll take the bronze medal because she cleared 2:02 on her third attempt, whereas Chichirova cleared it on her first attempt, and the Russian takes the silver. But Chichirova didn't get close when she tried higher. She certainly did. All right, here we go.
That's what I've been waiting for. Let's watch this again. Look at the clearance. Just clipped it. Whoa. That was so close. The coach looking on there thought that she did it, and then at the last minute realised that her heels had taken it off.
Yeah, I mean, we thought there too, didn't we?
Yeah,
Most of her
exactly.
body was over. We saw it coming down into the pit, and then either it was calves or heel, probably calves, just clipped off that bar.
I think all of us, every single person in the stadium, put their arms up in the air and went, ooh, because, as you say, guys, it was so close. Must have been her calves, because the front section of her body was totally clear.
Yeah. Well, the supporters of Blanka Vlasic can celebrate, and Blanka Vlasic, I wondered if she would. She is not going to try 2 meters 06. She has the bar set at 2 meters 10. Now, we've seen her, well, one has to say fail, of course, many times at world record height. I think it's something like 38 times, but of course, what better place to have a go at your world record than here in Berlin, 2:10. But well, her personal best is 2:07. I've often thought that going straight up to 2:10 is a step too far. We remember Kostadinova doing it in Rome in 1987, 2:09 then. It came within 10 minutes, in fact, of Ben Johnson, the notorious Ben Johnson, winning the 100 metres in a world record time.
Well, she could try it. I think it's a very big ask.
I guess if you've just defended your title and you've got jumps left, you're free to have a go. But the silence before Friedrich jumped was something amazing to witness. It really was. You could quite literally almost hear a pin drop in the arena.
I mean, I actually did hear a couple of javelins drop with the javelin with the decathletes. I could hear them clanging to the ground. Yeah, big pins. Right now, Vlasic, first attempt then at the world record in the high jump. Well, we've had one world record tonight, the one and only Usain Bolt, and full marks. Friedrich is helping the crowd clap her great rival. It's always so sad the high jump has to end in anticlimax. Mind you, if she gets it, it won't be anticlimax. Come on, I want to have a word with you. Still got things I can tell you. Come on. Whether she's really in a mood to assimilate them, I don't know.
Let's watch this again, though. It wasn't a bad attempt, actually.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good try.
It's a good try.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly thought she was just going to go through the motions and the crowd just to enjoy her for another 3 jumps, but that wasn't bad at all.
Now, second chance for Vlasic. The bar is at the high jump world record height of 2 meters 10, 6 foot 10 and 3/4 inches. She'll get them clapping. Ariane Friedrich is clapping. Just wait for my signal. She wants control. Friedrich got control and quietened everybody. Now you've got to clap to this tempo. It's a slow, rhythmic tempo. There's a drum out there beating to this rhythm as well. World record attempt, Blanka Vlasic, high jump, second go.
Not as good as the first attempt. Well, the crowd are enjoying this. First attempt was pretty good. But whatever happens, she is once again the world champion.
Blanka Vlasic, her third attempt at 2 meters 10, short of course of that gold medal, retaining her title. Get out of the way, photographer.
You just see there, though, Peter, in the middle of the high jump fan, there is a bit of wind there to contend with, which it wasn't there, I don't think, previously.
She may have defeated the home heroine, but the crowd are right behind Blanka Vlasic here, willing her on to break this 22-year-old world record.
Well, not to be. That high jump often ends in anticlimax, but she won't mind that too much. The time will come again. Friedrich congratulates her. Blanka Vlasic wins the high jump challenge. 2.04 meters, retains her title. It's silver for Chicharova and it's bronze for Friedrich.
I think Vlasic showed real character there. I know Friedrich also came through some close scrapes to stay in contention, and she was oh so close to staying with it, but Vlasic had a dreadful end to 2008. She ended up with silver despite clearing 2:05.
I think she also missed out on the Golden League $1 million, where she failed to win her final competition. So that was another big problem for her right at the end of the year.
Absolutely. Wondering whether she was in danger of being labelled as a kind of athlete who couldn't cope with major championship pressure, having won the first time, and she's more than proved herself up to the medal there.
Yeah, but do remember, everyone says that, but she did 2:05 in the Olympics. That's more than she did here. She didn't fail in the Olympics. She was beaten by an inspired athlete in Tia Helleboat.
Stand up for the champion once again echoes around the stadium. And the Croatian flag is flown by the world's greatest high jumper of the year. Chicharova celebrates her silver medal. And although you can't see it, Ariane Friedrich, there she is, the bronze medal. She held the entire Olympic stadium in the palm of her hand in complete silence, but her brave efforts were not enough to deny Blanka Vlasic a second world title. Just another chapter in what is turning out to be a superb slice of World Championship history here in Berlin. Confirmation then that Blanka Vlasic had the determination and the mental strength to defend her world title. 2:04, Chicharova 2:02, a season's best, and Ariane Friedrich, despite her brave efforts and those of the crowd, settles for the bronze.